night, Kapeash. Good 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 night, Kapeash.
Good night, Kapeash. Good night, Kapeash. Y'all, good night, Kapeash. Welcome to the Burn Live Show After Hours. I'm your host, Kapeash, where we talk about politics, popular, trending stories every night before I put you, tuck you in your bed, and put you in your humble home. What's up, y'all? What's good? Voila. As as some people like to say, how everybody doing? Man, I am doing fine. I'm chilling. Had a very good day. Streaming gaming is coming Saturday. It's really coming Saturday. I think maybe this might be our first day, actually, for real going. Wouldn't be surprised. We're all set up. We're probably gonna do a trial run sometime this week before it comes up. We'll start off playing Fortnite. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not good at Fortnite. I'm really gonna be in here cracking jokes, trying to be a comedian, trying to sing like I'm serious. Y'all don't take me too serious. Do not take me too serious. By that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to get the seriousness out the way. Streaming coming soon. My baby coming soon. She got her own podcast. She got her own channel. Go check that out. Do I have? We definitely got to work on her. Something to promote. Okay, y'all. Got a lot of things coming. I promise you it's going to be some good things. Let's get deep, dive into some things that I haven't really had time to discuss. Special shout out to my engineer because he did me a favor. I'm gonna see if you guys noticed the favor. If not, I kind of get it. I understand, but I do got this good favor. I can't wait to show it with you guys. Without further ado, let's get in to the first story.
Are we not already at the end of the presentation?
That their leadership's been successfully targeted. And so they're not just contemplating other people's suffering, they're contemplating their own suffering for the first time. And we can't see from over here what that does to the calculation on that side. Nonetheless, they're human beings like everybody else. And that's going to factor into how this plays out here in the next few weeks.
I'm glad that we got Ken's very charitable interpretation of what Donald Trump is claiming on a daily basis, that we've won. But the reality is, what the president is saying is incongruent with what's happening on the ground, and that's a scary.
You know what? I did get asked this question earlier today. Is the war over? Trump declared that the war is over. Now, I haven't heard that much. This is my first time hearing it with you guys. And what I'm hearing, I'm going to go into a little details. I'm going to let them explain it more. And I'm going to break down what is really going on from my perspective. I've been covering this for 12 years. I've been covering this for 12 years now. So sorry for that brain fart. Covering it for 12 years. I do want to hear this, break it down. Over Trump's claim that the war has been won. Let's go a little bit further into this.
Part here. There are two separate conversations that are happening when we're doing these debates. There's a conversation that you guys are having, which is just whatever the administration says on any given day. One day we've won, the next day there's negotiations, the next day we've won again. But there's the actual on the ground reality that we will fly thousands of troops to the Middle East. We are asking for $200 billion for this war. And I don't know, what are we getting for this? 86-year-old Khamenei was replaced with his 30-year younger son, who's more radical, more extreme, is purging moderates. Can anyone tell me what we got for this?
Well, I think that one question I would posit here is that to you, Scott, and this is what James Madison had to say, okay? Mad Dog Madison, right? Very well respected, Marine Corps general, former Trump defense secretary. He says this, Iran right now, if we declare victory, they can say they own the strait. You see attacks for every ship that goes through. We're in a tough spot, ladies and gentlemen. I can't identify a lot of options. I know we've talked here, and I think one of the responses to what you just laid out is that the Iranians have funded bad actors across the region for many decades. Many presidents in both parties have talked about how bad this regime is. But Scott, the challenge is, okay, we've done this. We seem to have underestimated their capabilities, their willingness to dig in, the ways that they've attacked their allies. And now Jim Mattis is saying, can't see a good way out. Can you?
Yeah, I mean, the way out, of course, is for an international coalition to secure the strait. And just in the news today is that the British Royal Navy is on its way. They decided to engage. I think that's the clear future here, is after you decimate their military, take away their ability to nuclear weapons, take away their ability to have a ballistic missile program, and defeat their willingness to be an exporter of terror, you have an international coalition that A, monitors these people, and B, secures the strait. And obviously, every country in the world has an interest in the strait being open and secure, and that they don't have a navy or any capability at all to harass these ships going through. So I think that would be the hope. And I think what the president said is true. We have decimated their military capabilities. We've destroyed all of their navy.
This is what I keep hearing about, is open up the strings for oil rigs, oil boats, gas boats to get through up and down the stream, because it's been very hard for that to do. Just want to point that out.
Destroy all of the navy. So one of the pieces here is to get the rest of the world engaged in the strait. I think they're on the way. Do you think
What's really interesting is we know that it's not over, because we don't even clearly understand why we are there in the first place. The mission was never really clear. The president said 9 months ago that he obliterated Iran's capability to obtain a nuclear weapon. Yet he's deploying thousands of additional troops to the region. It looks like to me, remember he started off saying we were on an excursion in the Middle East. Looks like to me we're in a war and preparing for a ground war with no clear way out. And so the president says there's negotiations going on. Iran says that's not true. And so the American people, nor the troops on the ground, have to know what the president's mission is, what the way out is. 13 people, U.S. soldiers have already died. We need a clear mission.
get perspective? Do you believe that Iran has been the world's largest state sponsor of terror for the last
The
really?
president is the one, Scott, who said 9 months ago that
This right here has been going viral, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, viral after viral after viral. Now, she stated the facts of that, what Iran and them are trying to do, what the Trump administration have said, and what she have seen and done. So, listen to Scott Jennings' question. Watch him frame it. It's not a got you. And this is why I love Republicans so much, because it's really not with the got you. It's just with a common sensibility question that they can't answer without getting aggressive, without rah, without storming off. Just answer the question. Cool, calm, and collected. Just like I asked you, you should be able to answer. Check this out.
Number 3, they lie about their they lie.
The question is about other countries out there that other countries consider a threat, maybe a little bit more powerful. Are there countries out there that are annoying in a way, disruptive of business? That's something that we're looking at and that we're paying attention to, and we want to discuss and decipher which is which so we can make a better plan towards the future.
In the beginning, number 4. Hold on a second. We've known from the beginning that the Europeans were not included in this. I take your point. We've learned they have additional capabilities.
The reason why allies wasn't included is for the simple fact it was a surprise attack. I heard this conversation a long time ago, and it drives me nuts of understanding what is a surprise attack. What if understanding that maybe your allies out there may have an enemy that you don't agree with? That's what we're trying to say. That's what we're thinking about. That's the movement that we're trying to put together. But we can't tell everybody those strategies, those moves like that, because then the enemies can tap, can hack, got a spy, got a sleeper cell in these positions, and then we don't get what we're trying to do.
But also, this president has trouble to tell a straight story to the American people about why it is and his administration, right? I mean, Marco Rubio was out in the news. Marco Rubio was out in the explanation saying, well, we thought Israel was going to act, so we needed to do it. Okay, now we have the president today saying that we are having, that he is having conversations with the Iranians, and that they gave him a present, and that this is part of why he's encouraged by the state of the negotiations. I would like to play that moment for you, and then we'll see if we can get our conversation a little bit more around that.
They did something yesterday that was amazing. Actually, they gave us a present, and the present arrived today. It was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize. It was oil and gas related, and it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people.
Does anyone sitting here have anything? I'm sure Scott does.
Because none of us are in the room for the negotiations. You're not, obviously. Well, none of us are going to be, and we will react to it with news breaks. But to me, if you exit with an Iran that has a defanged as it relates to missiles, as it relates to an aggressive navy. You take away their ability to make nuclear weapons, and you leave the remnant here unwilling to be a supporter of terrorism. That is an unequivocal win for the United States. I want to show you the very careful wording Trump is using here. He's saying if that happens, which means that he disagrees with Trump's statement that it already has happened. I cannot believe you invoked an international coalition 2 minutes ago when Trump already tried that. Trump announced 2 weeks ago he was gathering an international coalition of ships to escort their countries to escort ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Guess what? No countries answered because he spent the past year threatening to invade Greenland. So now he said he didn't need them. I mean, he said he didn't need them. Okay, then he comes all the way back around to say, listen, I didn't break up with her. I'm sorry, she didn't break up with me. I broke up with her. I didn't need them in the place. It's screwed. Do you agree with yes or no? Do you agree with Trump that this war is won? I agree that we have devastated. You agree that we won? You said we won. Yes or no? It's not a hard question. Well, I mean, it's not. Destroying their military capabilities, their missile capabilities. We haven't. Wait, if that's true, why can't the Strait of Hormuz be open if the military is destroyed?
Hold on 1 second. Here is, the big picture question I do have here, Scott, is if it is true we have won, why are we sending the 82nd Airborne?
To be prepared for what happens next. Why is the Strait not open if we won?
One of the elements of the discussion is presumably nuclear materials. And even with bombing last June.
That question, you notice, I don't think y'all was paying attention because I get it. CNN can be boring at times. But a strategic question by the young character, by my young guy right here. And yet again, to get that answer, he wasn't ready for the answer. Because if it has to be, you know what I'm saying, when those gotcha moments, and this is one of those gotcha moments, I got a question, I can put him in a ringer, I can put him in a predicament to where he's going to be caught off guard, he's not going to see what's going on. Now you can see that, and yet again, it's like, no. That's not the type of answer that you're going to get, especially out of Scott Jones. Is the now open? Is it fully super clear to where we can bring all our troops home? Probably not. But in a winning aspect of to build morality for your home troops, your home family, instead of putting a magnifying glass up to Trump, which, we get it. He has to be absolutely politically correct. And that's the problem with the media, my boys over here, is that they want the president to be so politically correct. But yet again, in a conversation, in a literal conversation back and forth, we can always have this conversation anytime. In a normal conversation, me and you are not going to be politically correct. I can bring up plenty of TikTok debates, and they're going to try to debate each other, and nobody's going to be politically correct. And that's what makes Trump so unique and so combobulated with everybody, is that y'all want him so politically correct that he doesn't have to be politically correct.
Is presumably nuclear materials. And even with bombing last June, nuclear materials don't go away for thousands of years. And that material can just be dug up and used. So one of the, really to me, the only reasonable basis to put our folks in Iran is to recover materials after an agreement has been.
Would you support that, putting American boots on the ground to recover nuclear materials?
And to recover materials? Yes.
So not in combat. You're saying under
Would you support it?
Well, we cannot exit this, in my opinion, without being able to assure the world that they do not have enriched uranium to the point of and purpose of building a nuclear weapon.
Do you and Ken have a difference of opinion here? I mean, would you support using special operations for the paramilitary forces or potentially regular troops?
My follow-up question would be, would you want a president that's willing to finish the and really think about this. Think about this. Do you want a president to finish a job, beautiful or ugly, or would you just want a president that's just gonna leave a job a mess? Now, I know you have your own opinions of how you feel and how you think, but really think about, try your best to get out your feelings. Think about the things that happened the last 4 years during the last administration and things that happened this year during this administration. And then you let me know what's going on. And you want to leave something a mess, or would you rather a president finish the job? I mean, you still got 2 more years. You know, we're still trying to clean up another war that started with not in our administration. Now, we done cleaned up the mess. We done started stuff and cleaned the mess normally. Now, this is one that's probably going a little bit longer than normal. But yet again, shutdown went normal than longer. And you would love, without a shadow of a doubt, to blame the Republicans and their hooligans and their mess for their things. But who was holding out on signing out on what's going on?
To be leery of it, but
How what is the average Joe? How much information do an average American citizen expected to know from the president? Do y'all expect to know a lot? Y'all expect to know all his strategic move? Do y'all? I wish Kick Ass Nick was here because yet again, I hear his voice in the back of my mind saying, "Propaganda, propaganda." Oh, this is just a propaganda, and I was like, "Okay, propaganda. We're stretching and we're stretching this news that happened every day. Every day in the country, somebody is starving, hurting, hungry, shooting, killing. There's evil everywhere. Okay, but without stories, without outrages, without people reacting to these stories, you wouldn't have um, groups out here to regulate things and to get a law passed. You don't have the time to do it because you're working. But when you have a group that has the same ideology, and you found that one person like, hey, we all believe in the same thing. Okay, it's enough people that believe me. Let's work on this. It seems like we're in a society at a time where people can literally feel some type of way, and then you have people that's like, yo, I am just gonna I am just gonna run my feelings into the ground, and I must know everything that the president is doing. If the gas, if the government was open, if Trump was able to do what he wanted to do to get these gas prices back down, would we be really interested in what's going on in this war? If every company out there say, hey, any product that you want, we're gonna give you, we're gonna give you, we're gonna give you 17% off. Every company. Trump like, hey, y'all, they on my ass. Go ahead and give them a discount. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a tax write-off at the end of the year. Do you really think that y'all gonna be tripping off the war? You're gonna be out shopping. A lot of y'all gonna be talking about y'all ain't broke no more. I was never broke. I don't know about them broke people out there. I ain't. It's crazy when you hear the conversation talk about poor, and then I'm not poor. They ain't talking about me. And if you can sit up here and you don't hear them stories, I would literally laugh. I would laugh because you hear them stories. There are it's the middle class, which he's taking away, and that takes away the poor. But I ain't poor because I ride a Lexus, I drive a BMW. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 kids. I still go to the club. You know, my hair done. My kids got J's. You know what I'm saying? I ain't poor, but yet again we poor because yet again I feel like I should be on food stamps. What the fuck? Did y'all hear that? I know nobody paid attention to what I just said. Y'all think I'm just rambling, but if you really just listen to what I said about how I'm doing good, I'm not poor, but I'm poor because I feel like I deserve food stamps because I'm barely making. Okay, y'all don't want to hear me talk because yet again, I get it. I didn't make no sense to y'all. That didn't make no sense. That went over your head. I get it. So, and I don't want to do my little Charles the White or my little Uncle Ruckus. I don't want to get into that mode. All right. Well, I gotta, break it down to you. I think that last thing right there should be it. In other news, ladies and gentlemen, let me give me some water. In other news, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. I don't know if y'all heard. I talked about it. No, we covered it a little bit. And I just want to bring this back up because yet again, I'm waiting to get some more information about New York City. New York City in the next, what's this, 20? In the next 4 years is trying to get their minimum wage up to $30 an hour. Okay. When I say you're going to have every, let me stop. I feel like sometimes y'all want me to go too far, but yet again, I just want to put this out there for you guys. Minimum wage, $30 an hour. Okay. You cannot make this up. I know some of you guys are going to be on your way out. I know it. I can feel it. Okay, CNN is cracking with the news story today. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's about. Oops, thought it was already up there. Let's get into the news. I know I can't sing. Okay, if you appreciate my singing, unfortunately, I appreciate it, but you need to get your ears checked. Okay. Because I know I sound like I probably sound like that into y'all ears. And I apologize. But sometimes you gotta sing. I'll just play. Let's get into the story.
China to the Gulf are taking triple the usual time to arrive. That's what a shipping analyst tells CNN. Many vessels are now rerouting to jet in Saudi Arabia instead of passing through the Strait of Hormuz to Dubai. And they're taking the long way to avoid the threat of potential Houthi militant attacks. The analyst says the ships are sailing across the Indian Ocean and around the southern tip of Africa.
Now, this is what I be talking about, of what I be hearing about, okay, of the tankers of the oil. Now, understand this news right here is not during prime time. This ain't the prime time news. This ain't stuff that they be breaking down. This ain't the Abby Phillips. So y'all won't hear nothing. But this is the main reason of tankers and ships that leaving in and out of ports having problems. We're getting into the gritty, the nitty gritty. Let me stop.
Up through the Mediterranean Sea and then down through the Suez Canal into the Red Sea from the top. Now, not only does that take about 60 days compared to the previous 20, it's almost 4 times more expensive. CNN Business senior reporter Hannah Zaidi joins us live now from London. So the data suggesting that several ships passed through the Strait of Hormuz in just the past day. What can you tell us about that? How many we know are actually getting through?
Well, Christina, data from Marine Traffic, which is a ship for the traffic and maritime intelligence provider, saying that at least 3 vessels and a cargo ship appear to have passed through the strait in the past 24 hours. But let's be clear, that's a trickle compared to the number of ships that were moving through before the war. The International Maritime Organization said last week that nearly 2,000 vessels are trapped in the Persian Gulf, so adjacent to the strait. And as you laid out in such detail, the companies are coming up with all kinds of ways to try to avoid the strait, going all the way around the southern tip of Africa, even trying to avoid parts of the Red Sea as well. And so we're getting these kind of very circuitous routes, adding huge costs to shipping. And it's unclear whether that will really be enough to move the amount of goods that need to be moved. We're seeing trucks lining up at the Saudi Arabian Jeddah, and we also know
To understand, to see that having problems on the water is the main issue that we're having, and the reason why we're going through what we're going through. Okay. I want to switch over to some economic basketball. Cause we're ready for some playoffs. And there's big news heading real soon. Breaking news. Las Vegas and Seattle are in talkings, are done talking the meetings. Now they just got to raise the money, get the ownerships, and last year contract to be in the NBA in the 2028-2029 season. Still got some things to go, but yet again, there's been some things popping and cracking. So let's definitely.
So today's announcement has a lot of people talking in town. As you might imagine, our Tiffany Lane spent the day at the Westgate Las Vegas Sportsbook. So what are people saying about this tonight, Tiffany?
I have to say the sportsbook today, at least, everyone seems pretty excited. They're giving
yes, I would go to a game, no doubt. I know there's tons of basketball fans here because they have summer league here already. So a lot of NBA fans come here for that.
That is a key thing. A lot of people already go to basketball games. There's a lot of big championship tournaments here. Um, when you host a lot of championships, a regular season game, a tourist town, is in this day and age, 2028, 2029, is be uncommon for Las Vegas not to have all four major teams: basketball, hockey, football, baseball, and either be good, poor, whatever their ranking is, still being in competing with things, building more revenue in the town. And people, that's the thing where people are skeptical of people like me. Is the revenue going to be spread it out equally amongst the city workers instead of keeping it on the strip where that money's not cycled? It is only staying in the hands of riches. And people are like, oh, well, Michael, that's what happens everywhere. You know, the rich get rich and the poor stay poor. Not necessarily, because there are poor people that become rich. Don't forget about them people. But when I say money spread out amongst the people in the city, I do mean the city streets, communities, bad neighborhoods, actually putting resources in areas that don't have resources that you have to go a little bit further. Vegas is a little bit more awkwardly spread it out than people can don't understand. We don't have that many highways reaching areas. So therefore, to have resources in an area, they're in areas, but they're in major big areas and small little areas, small little sections. People that have to catch buses longer distance will have to travel farther. So you need more resources out, building more revenue on the strip. Hopefully, can spread the money out amongst the regular people, not just going to just the schools. Revenue going to schools is already doing a shitty job. So we need to find other ways for resources and money to build up communities. Just saying.
The Las Vegas Raiders, Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Aces, Las Vegas Aviators, the A's, already making Las Vegas a sports powerhouse, and now possibly adding an NBA team. Is there space for another sports team? Is the market too saturated as it is?
Really glad you asked. And the answer is nobody kind of knows at this point, right? I mean, everybody said that hockey was never going to work in the desert. People were really critical of Mr. Davis for bringing the Raiders here.
That's financial analyst Jeremy Aguero, who says sports teams are thriving in the valley. He responded to reports that Las Vegas could be a top 10 revenue generator among NBA cities.
Las Vegas has this competitive advantage where we're going to have 35, 40 million people coming to Las Vegas, and they want to do stuff while they're here.
He says the money would trickle into the community.
Those are people that stay in our hotel rooms, they eat in our restaurants, they gamble in our casinos. They generate not just jobs, but also wages and salaries. I'll go to our most important industry.
And someone else who likes the idea, John Murray, Vice President of Race and Sports at the Super Bowl.
NBA is already so popular in this city. It sounds like the Las Vegas franchise would be in a division with the Suns, the Clippers, and the Los Angeles Lakers.
When you look at and I hope that doesn't happen for real, to be honest with you. But when you look at the market of basketball, like you said, a lot of people, a lot of fans, there's probably a little bit more gambling in basketball, you know what I'm saying, than other sports besides football. We understand football probably is number one and stuff like that. You still got horse bet rating dogs and stuff like that. But other than that, outside of that, you're probably going to think that basketball is probably number two, you know what I'm saying, up there in the rankings of gambling, especially against hockey and baseball. And you would think baseball would have good numbers in gambling for the simple fact it's 182 games. It's the most played game and sports. But yet again, you know, the ratio, picking teams, and blah blah blah, all that gambling number stuff like that, that does take a toll and stuff like that. So when you look at the aspect of just, hey, I want to get a team boosting revenue around town. Like I said, it's gonna boost revenue around town. People are going to want to get together. Not everybody's going to want to come to the strip, but yet again, people are going to want to gather. When your team is playing, people gather. When people gather, businesses make money. That's part of the economy. That's why, certain businesses are put together. And if those business thrives, hey, other business thrive. When people smile, people pay. When people pay, people tip.
Imagine having the Los Angeles Lakers come here 2 or 3 times a year to play this Las Vegas team.
Right now, industry executives are projecting bids will be from $7 to $10 billion. The location still a big question mark, according to UNLV economics professor Dr. Nicholas Irwin.
Somewhere along the Blue Bright Line route, I would imagine that could be beneficial as well. But it's probably going to be somewhere on the strip. I mean, that would make sense. We're very close by.
And the question is not only strip or not, but what if the team would play at an existing venue like T-Mobile where the Golden Knights played?
It's still early stages. I would anticipate probably a new arena, just because sometimes coordination with teams, a hockey team, and a basketball team can feel complicated because seasons run concurrently.
I get that. And I will give my little close up. Hold on. I did my little close up. Hey. Whoever trying to own Las Vegas, we need to clip this right here. We need to clip this. Hey. Whoever trying to own the Las Vegas, I need you to pay for your own damn stadium, okay? Don't ask us. All right? Please, thank you, sincerely, Burn Live. All right? The hell? I don't want to hear no, well, we just want you to pay 30% taxes. We're gonna take it out of your bonds that you got. Man, I don't want to hear none of that. Okay. Matter of fact, I need to be looking into them bonds and see how much I invested into the bonds. I see if I need to take my bonds out. Much hot dog buns I be selling. And shout out to the team, man. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the squad. You know what I'm saying? We get into the bag. Shout out to the squad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the love of my life. For real. Special shout out to her. I wouldn't be pushing as hard as I'm pushing without her. You know what I'm saying? She wake me up in the morning. She push me, you know what I'm saying, with a kiss every morning. Mwah. That's why we do this. All right? For real, I appreciate it. And then shout out to my Burn Live book face group. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all because, you know what I'm saying, y'all be coming through. But yet again, let's get back to the story.
Speaking with it, where I was said, if we didn't have the Raiders in town, if we didn't have the Legion Stadium, we could never have the Super Bowl. We already saw how successful that was the first time, and now there's discussion of it coming back. So again, we don't know where the team would come if it does come to the NBA comes to town. But again, this is something that brings in more events as well. So that's why it's looking at a positive economic impact from what I'm hearing from those experts. Dana?
If they get here by 2028, we know for sure the first year or two that they would play at T-Mobile and MGM.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I said on here, but that's definitely the discussion I was thinking. It's like, yeah, you got to play at the T-Mobile Road until you at least build your building. But what I've said is, don't ask. And you better not put it next to Fontainebleau because that big ass blue building is gonna drown. Nobody goes to the north end of Las Vegas Strip. Will you bring people down there? No. What needs to be down there? Different discussion or different time, different topic.
who owns T-Mobile welcomes that, but after that, you're right. Question mark. The other question mark is how do you fund it? It would cost somebody $7 to $10 billion just to get in the door. That would be money going to the existing owners. Where would that money come from?
Yeah, I mean, it's really early on, right? So I did ask the analysts about that. They're saying, anything is possible, right? Because we need to know will it be a new venue. But we've seen in the past with teams around the country, there's public-private partnerships where taxpayers aren't impacted. And I know that's something that most people want to hear. We want a team to come to town, but
Y'all know why I stopped it right there? We're going to stop it right there, and we're going to keep it right there. Don't look into no bonds. Don't look into no taxes. Don't look into no gold. Don't look into no reparations. Okay? Don't look into no Black Negro fund. Don't look into no KKK funds. None of that. And see, that I said both sides, so you can't say that I'm racist. I know that's the most corniest joke, but it's supposed to be a joke. Okay. It was a bad joke, I get it.
we don't want it to come out of our pockets. So we're just going to have to wait and see through time. We know this is not 100% certain, but a lot of people are hoping that this could come to town, and we'll just have to provide those updates as they become available.
T-Mobile Arena was built without taxpayers' money. Okay? All right? Okay? We already paying for Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders, and we can't even make the playoffs. And I am I'm a fan, okay? All right? I ain't gonna keep paying for a team and don't make the playoffs. I will pack my bags and move, okay? Colorado looking mighty nice to me. Ski slopes. Go talk to Dion, go get a Dion. Hey, Dion, why don't you help? You know what I'm saying? You already got the key. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get positive. What's up, Dion? I'm tripping. I think I'm tripping. I'm tired of people saying that I'm tripping.
The Westgate Sports Superbook. I'm Tiffany Lane. Back to you, Dana.
Okay, Tiffany, thank you so much.
That's the economy. Nah, that's what's up, man. Las Vegas, I think it'd be a cool opportunity. I appreciate it. I would like to be around to see that. Because that is close to around the 10 years that I moved here. I think that's like the 11th mark or something like that. 10, 11, something like that. So that'd be cool. A baseball team be here, a basketball team be here around the same time. A double thing. I think I just heard y'all April 6th. WNBA will be having an expansion team. 52 games. I don't know if this season that's going to have a 52 game, but man, bump that. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen. Stop playing with your boy. I'm fan dude. Take me some trips. I'm taking me some trips. Taking every trip and everywhere. I'll be taking trips. I'll be taking trips. I'll be. My bad. Did I get a little too excited? I'm just letting you know. I'll be taking plenty trips. What are y'all doing? Where are y'all going? Any special places y'all got planned for this summer? Anywhere y'all want to go? Hmm? Come on. Come on, man. Talk to you. This might be a good summer. Hearing places cracking down on ghetto-ness, crime, corruption, things that not organized. Saying, hey, just listen to the news. I know you're gonna tell them, oh man, they only attacking certain people and them. Hey, look at the news. Check the news out. They cleaning house. Okay, cleaning up these streets. They wondering what we're doing. They were like, we're cleaning up the street. We're tired of you, what you're doing. Huh? Tired of this. Y'all be wanting, man, it's the Burn Lock. I'm your host, Kapeash. This is Good Night, Kapeash.